Hey everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to BeerThralls. BeerThralls.
Welcome to the BeerThralls. We are henceforth from this day forward going to be
Welcome.
represented by frogs, which was
Welcome.
inevitable given our history of frogs.
Frog.
We have a
Welcome to
history with
BeerThralls
frogs.
presents the BeerThralls call. I'm James. I am drinking Yingling's Hershey's chocolate porter. It's the last one I have. So
This is Jacob. I am drinking. Matt, what am I drinking?
You're drinking Blanton's Cath Strength.
what's a cast strength?
It means it's the strength of the cask.
Okay, sure.
There's
That's
it's
lovely.
literally in the name, James.
It is Kentucky straight bourbon. Very smooth, very lovely. This is now precious to me. I just ate a hot lunch that had like spices, and my mouth is a little burned, which is unfortunate.
Ooh, it's perfect for bourbon then.
Yeah, alcohol is just gonna make it worse, though. Heads up.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Hey, I'm Matt, and I'm drinking a high noon vodka soda because I'm fatty.
Yeah. Oh, I should put this in the app.
Yeah, put it in the Weight Watchers.
So
no.
noted. It's good. It's good, but I swirled it around my mouth a bit.
Oh
The
God.
bird is real.
He's gonna die.
And speaking of burns, we're talking about Moon Knight.
Tink.
Clink.
Pain clink.
Speaking of pain,
I would like to
Moon
talk
Knight.
about a psychopath.
Hi, what's up, Jake?
Say. Today we want to talk about Mark Spector, mercenary, world traveler, left the U.S. military special forces to go into high-paying mercenary work, traveled to Egypt and was betrayed by his co-worker / mercenary buddy, lying at the feet.
Surprise.
Yeah, happens. Lying at the feet of an ancient Egyptian god. He simply looked up and was asked if he wanted to live, and he said, yeah. So Khonshu has brought him back as the Moon Knight.
Da, da.
Khonshu apparently wants him to fight crime, so he does. It's the funniest thing is that he was literally maybe healed and or resurrected by an ancient Egyptian god, and he's like a street level crime fighter.
Or he's just insane, and it's all in his head.
Mark Spector has reacted to his life-altering experience by developing multiple personalities.
God,
Depending on which run of his comics you're reading, Moon Knight is either genuinely supernatural or just a very disturbed person. What he always is at all times is a parody of Batman.
Yep.
One of his personalities took his mercenary earnings and invested it to become a multi-billionaire.
Can I have a personality that does that? Because I could use multi-billions of dollars.
So he also has a persona where he is just a shabbily dressed taxi driver.
Yep. A British taxi driver.
With billions.
That he doesn't know about because it's not that personality.
I'm just saying, he still has billions.
He also somehow is able to keep his entire costume sparkling white.
Pristine.
It must invest bleach. Must invest in like he invested in bleach. That's what he did.
Bleach and Scotchgard, I guess.
Fair.
All right, let's actually talk about him in Crisis Protocol, shall we? Moon Knight is a fun model that I'm excited to talk about. He is in a lot of affiliations. He is a 3-threat model, currently a member of Defenders, Midnight Suns, and Web Warriors.
Yep. Sorry, my 3D print
the bird is taking a different path.
My 3D print is clicking at me.
Down the esophagus.
Oh, Jake is dead. All right, so he's 3 points. So he is he's going to be somewhat of a figure on the table that's going to be doing something all the time, but he's not going to be like outrageous on the table.
Let's see what he does do.
He's a 5 health, which is kind of a little low for a 3-point.
Having played a lot of 3-threat models recently in Web Warriors, that's about average.
Yeah.
For Web Warriors, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, just
He has a
3-point
medium
models.
move.
Mm-hmm.
He has a medium move, size 2, threat 3. He has 3 defenses across the board. No weak spots to take advantage of.
Yep. Now let's get into this bullshit.
He has 3 attack profiles, which is kind of neat, and we'll get into them. First is the Bow Staff, a range 2, 4 dice, 0 cost builder. Has the standard builder property of giving you some power equal to damage dealt. This character may re-roll any number of attack dice for this attack.
Yep.
Horseshit.
It's cute. It's very cute that it has a built-in auto reroll.
The size 2 is kind of what offsets that, though. Yeah.
Yeah, the range 2 and the 4 dice. Like, yes, you can re-roll any number of your attack dice.
It's
you
a
only
really
have 4 of
small
them.
bow staff.
Hey, you say this, but you fucking killed my model in one shot with it. So
We were going to get to
shush.
that.
It's multiple one shots, but yeah.
Weirdly enough, it also has a very high cost trigger of critical, wild, and a hit, which would give stagger.
Which means
Stagger means that they will have to spend their first action clearing the stagger condition. Having the ability to deny actions on a very low chance is kind of wild for a builder. It gives them extra utility. He also
it's
has
just there.
it's out there. Again, is it going to come up super often? Probably not.
But when it does, it's just a bonus.
But I mean, if you get 1 or 2 criticals in your initial roll, then that will put more dice on the pool, and that'll put Bow Staff's ability to reroll any number of attack dice into play with a much bigger potential pool.
Yeah.
So almost more than anyone else, Moon Knight is just going to be like, "Hey, I love
Vision.
crits."
So we'll talk about his stuff, but let's talk about his throwing croissants.
Throwing croissant.
Throwing croissants.
Yes.
All right, everyone drink. That was terrible.
Come on, it was good.
See, the funny part is James stole my terrible joke, and we made fun of him for it.
Throwing bullshit.
There's a little note of caramel, I think, in that taste, or my mouth is destroyed.
It's very heavy in caramel and vanilla flavors. Yes,
It's nice. Throwing crescents is a range 4 dice attack, 0 cost. After this attack is resolved, this character gains 1 power.
Mm-hmm.
And on a hit, rapid fire. After this attack is resolved, this character may make 1 additional throwing crescents attack. This additional attack must target the original target character. The additional attack does not have the rapid fire special rule.
Not bad. Not bad.
This is actually not bad, especially since he has a medium move. He has a normal size base, so he does not. Range 2 is relatively short, but I would be happy in a lot of turns just having a range 4 throwing star. I could just chuck at someone.
Technically, it would be 90-some% your chance on 4 dice of getting a hit. No, it's 80-some% chance because you can also get wild. So you're probably going to get rapid fire, but this is more of like you're just out of position. There's no one to hit with your bow staff. Just throw some friggin' croissants at people.
Maybe it's going to depend on the situation, because what we have with throwing crescents is a guaranteed power gain.
Yes,
does
that's
not
true.
care how much damage it deals. A guaranteed power gain on a rapid fire attack means 1 to 2 power gain for a single action. Maybe you spike or they whiff their defense and you force some damage through.
Well, even that. So you're gonna get 1 at the start of the turn. You're gonna get 1 from the first attack if you do it. You get a second one for the second rapid fire attack, and then depending on the phase of the moon,
we'll get to that.
The multiple personalities. You could have technically 4 power on 1 attack, where you can do Avatar of Kanoosh.
Kanoosh? Anyway.
Khonshu.
Learn Egyptian pronunciations.
Sorry, it's bird crescent wavy lines.
Got it, nailed it. Avatar of Khonshu is a mystic attack. Range 3, 7 dice, 4 power. Cost 4 power to use. After this attack is resolved, place this character within range 1 of the target. And then it has a guaranteed push. If the target is size 2 or less, before damage is dealt, it may be pushed away short. So remember that this push, and this is not based on a wild trigger, this is
Just
part of the
happens.
attack built in. You will push the target short if it's size 2, and then place yourself within 1 of the target at its new location after being pushed.
Yeah. What size
This
is
is
Magneto?
not 2.
2.
I think Magneto is size 2.
Oh.
So anything that's size 2 on a large base, you're going half
Hey,
the board.
Spider-Man's that.
This is true. This is interesting. Like, this gives you some potential movement shenanigans. Now, granted, it puts you pretty much in melee with at least the target and everything else that may be near it. But if your opponent slightly moves you off a point and you don't want to spend a move action to get back on the point, this spender will be a great way to get back in the mix with a good range.
It's also a push away. So
Push away from Moon Knight.
yeah, so you can't like drag them towards you and do other
Yes.
but the thing is that
That's
you
what
remember
away
it
means,
is an angle, so you can't just like push them to lateral.
Yes.
Called positioning.
Yeah, but like no, this is
Come on, James, you could do it. I know it hurts.
no, I'm thinking of like shenanigans you can do with this. Like okay, you should be keeping it simple. You should basically just be pushing something. You try to get on a point and then bounce onto the back point. I'm thinking
Or
more of like if you have like Red Skull and he like or bodyguard and the bodyguard's behind the person, you're actually giving him further distance on that
well,
one.
maybe, but I wouldn't theorycraft too hard on this. It's wasted. It's not that complex.
You could get
It's gonna,
complex with it, but just do simple is just get to where you need to go by pushing somebody and then
yeah.
teleporting.
Yeah, it's simple, straightforward. It only works on things that are size 2, which is maybe only 2/3 of the models of the game.
Yeah.
So this is not something to count on. The teleport to within range 1 from up to range 3 away is pretty good, especially if you go to their opposite side. Like,
Yep.
just choose your targets. It is Mystic, which is going to get more commonly defended against, but against a lot of the games still doesn't have stellar Mystic defenses. So this is solid attack. All right, his first superpower, the reactionary Chosen of Khonshu. When this character is targeted by a Mystic attack, it can use this superpower. Add 2 dice to this character's defense roll against that attack. This character cannot be advanced, pushed, or placed by the effects of this attack. It costs 2 power to use. It is not automatic like other avoiding pushes, but it does take his Mystic defense from 3 to 5.
Yep.
It's a little situational, but this is also coming into the months that I see the release of Convocation with a lot of Mystic attacks. Also, certain things that like to push you around are Mystic, such as Ebony Maw.
Yep.
It is only against attacks, so superpowers such as Enchantresses move can still move Moon Knight. So it's not quite as good as Deadpool's blanket. No,
It's
but it's not a bad option.
it's there if you need it. I don't see it being like this is the keystone of what I'm going to use this for.
It's
But
a
once
nice
again,
ribbon ability.
three threat model.
Are you familiar with the term ribbon ability?
Ribbon
No.
ability? No.
It refers to like a character build where you have like a nice thing that's not super core, or it's like it doesn't really add to the basic idea of what you wanted to do, but it's a nice to have.
Oh, a fluff
Like I
ability.
feel like, yeah, I feel like this is that. It's a ribbon that ties into Moon Knight's thematic elements.
Yeah, it's there. But
All
the
right, let's
important
get to
thing.
the meat and potatoes.
Oh,
Meat and potatoes. Well, actually, let's skip this real quick. He has stealth, relevant,
Yeah.
and wall crawler. Very cool, especially since he is in a Web Warriors affiliation.
Why does he have wall crawler?
Because
Batman.
he's a street hero and he's Batman.
He's Batman.
Like, I really can't stress enough how much Moon Knight is Marvel's parody of Batman. Like, Moon Knight starts with, hey, you know that old joke or like every time Joker taunts Batman saying, what if you were as crazy as all of us? Moon Knight is that character.
Yeah.
It's just crazy Batman.
He's
Oh,
kind of
I
a
get
joke.
it. But it's not like everyone else with wall crawler is like, I got sticky fingers.
No, he's just Insanity lets you climb walls. Don't you know that?
I mean, Daredevil has wall crawler.
In my head.
On his wounded side, he's just the same. There's no changes.
He is just okay. Let's talk about multiple personalities. A
Let's
passive
talk about this.
ability.
I
At the
hate
start-
this ability.
Get over it, God.
No, I
It's
will
really-
not.
It's really good.
At the
Oh, hey Jake, why don't we start talking about multiple personalities?
So at the start of a character's activation, you roll one die.
One die.
If the result is a crit, this character may make an additional attack this turn.
action.
Action.
Wow, at least none of us can talk today. An additional action this turn that must be a move action. If it is a wild or a hit, the next attack made this activation adds 2 dice to its attack roll. And if the result is a shield or a blank, it gains 1 power. If it's a skull, you get nothing.
Nothing.
So basically, he gets a free move.
No, sir. You cannot say he gets a free move. 'Cause
Sorry.
that is 1 out of 8 chance
Yes.
that he gets a free move.
So on one
That
of
you
8 chance,
cannot count on that.
So before we start going in depth into this is once again, it's a bonus. Don't
Yes.
rely
Or
on the fact
hindrance.
that don't rely on the fact that you're going to be getting a extra movement, or you're going to be getting 2 dice on the throw, or you're going.
Yep.
It's a bonus. Don't plan on this.
Now, it's super fun, but without multiple personalities, Moon Knight, I feel, is kind of a...
It's Punisher.
No, Punisher has ranged attacks.
Yeah, but he's basically just without
wait,
this.
back up. Do you remember what Punisher does?
He shoots things.
Uh-huh.
With vengeance.
Also has an entire mechanic built into him for when his allies go down that he can hit harder, and also he blows up terrain. What? Okay, put that aside.
I forgot he had
And
that.
it's called
Shit.
vengeance.
Put that aside for a second.
So he's basically Punisher with all this Punisher shit. Okay,
Without
cool.
all of Punisher's rules. Moon
So he's
Knight is
not.
a really straightforward 3-threat piece. If anything, is actually kind of underwhelming. Like, if he didn't have a solid hitting spender, I could almost see Moon Knight being a 2-threat model.
Yeah.
So,
But with
2.5.
multiple
a 2.5.
yeah, well, a competitive. Okay, look at, and even after her changes, look at Valkyrie and tell me there's any competition between what we've talked about and Moon Knight. Or look at one of the Spider teens. Like Moon
That is
Knight,
true.
without multiple personalities, Moon Knight is, I think, intentionally a little underbaked as a 3-threat character.
Mhm.
With multiple personalities, he gets random little bonuses that can add up to him putting out hurt or having more effective utility on the table. The extra move gives him all kinds of even with just a medium move. I've been spoiled by Spider friends. To be a free medium move is kind of phenomenal, especially once you've sort of closed the line. It means that can make the difference between you getting to do 2 bow staffs in a turn, from getting into your opponent's backfield, from chasing down and catching an objective runner.
Just
it can do a lot.
Getting it turn 1, being able to get to the center of the board and one-shot kill a proximity of midnight.
It's
that's pretty. It's a pretty powerful thing. You're just basically getting a free move.
Yep, it's super good. On a wild or a hit, getting 2 free dice on his attack roll really changes up the impact. Because 2 dice is a big bonus. Having bow staff go to a 6 dice attack where you can reroll everything makes that stagger way more likely. Especially since you need to get at least 1 crit, so there's a decent chance that if you're in striking distance, you can actually, re-roll dice. Even the throwing crescents at range 4 6 dice hit is right up there with Green Goblin or Scarlet Witch. It hits hard, and then your opponent is just I literally couldn't plan for you just getting randomly the punchy personality.
Yeah. And okay, so
yeah.
Getting the extra power on a blank is also just nice, because now
So
you're still one step closer to doing Avatar. So
right, because that's what I was going to point out is Moon Knight really doesn't have anything to spend his power
mhm,
on his card if your opponent didn't bring Mystic attacks.
yeah,
Like it's literally just his spender, which is a solid spender.
Mhm, mhm.
So you could have games, I think, where Moon Knight is throwing out his spender every activation
yeah.
because he's either getting hit and getting enough power, or he does throwing crescents to build up guaranteed power, and then goes into Avatar.
Once again, I think this is another character that builds power, doesn't have anything to spend it on. It's actually kind of good to have one of your cards um, having a spender attack. Um,
Yeah.
it's nice to have. Now, here's my problem.
hmm hmm
I don't think I'll bring him.
Uh huh.
I like to know what my models can do. He's kind of like Deadpool. He's a little too random for me. I think if the multiple personalities was at like the power phase, I could decide then how I'm going to use him that turn. But since it's at the beginning of his activation, like I could be like, okay, cool. I'm going to use him as a killy bot this turn. He's going to try to go kill this person. Oh, I rolled the extra move. Okay, I didn't really need it this turn.
Yeah.
Um,
I think where Moon Knight kind of fills in, like I do like him in Web Warriors. I played him a couple of times, had some interesting success with him, but he kind of feels more than anything else kind of just like a body. Like, hey, I need a 3 threat model to fill out the roster, and Moon Knight is not actively bad anywhere in his design. Like, there's no just buff choices. It's just more like, okay, I have, excuse me, I have a good spread of ranges. I have access to a Mystic attack, which kind of gets around Web Warrior's problem of only having physical attacks.
Mhm, mhm.
In Midnight Suns, he there's not much competition for a 3 threat slot. So I think he fits in well there. Under Web Warriors, another body that can take advantage of all webbed up or throw out slow as a status condition is strong. Um, like
I,
again, there's nothing. Unlike Blade, there's nothing I can enthusiastically recommend Moon Knight for. In Defenders, I think you take Luke Cage or Iron Fist over
mhm.
him all the time.
I
So-
he's too random. Now
Well, so again,
he's a
put
fun thing to play.
it's a good thematic ability, but putting aside the randomness, I really do want to stress. I think throwing crescents gives him a lot of
Yeah.
utility. Um, again, like people whiff defense rolls all the time,
Yep.
and range 4 lets you pretty safely apply it while then moving back to cover a point or chase an objective. Um,
He has the
if what you
potential of being just a I like
A back point
so,
holder and stay the hell
sorry
away from me.
well that too, but sorry for even hurting you more, Matt. He has the potential of being just a straight out murder machine.
God, yeah. He's
Uh
proven it to me several fucking
I
times.
mean, if you have 4 energy, you literally could just do Avatar right into bow staff and just beat
Mhm.
the crap out of something.
Yeah, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I think I think the fact that his spender is the main thing he has to spend power on, and it actually hits reasonably hard, given that he can do it every turn.
Yeah.
It's solid. Okay, I did want to bring up real quick since he is in a lot of affiliations. There are a number of little tricks that might come into play, and I think the affiliation that might see the most time with Moon Knight is Midnight Suns, for the simple fact they only have like 5 models.
Yeah.
So if they want to play an affiliation, he's going to be very, very tempting. Um, Probably one of the big ones is randomly Bats the Ghost Hound. Uh, when an allied Midnight Suns is modifying his attack or defense, it can spend 2 power. It can change one of their dice to any result they want, including they can change skulls.
So
So,
wait, is the only thing that's the trigger for that the fact that they can modify?
yeah, when they are modifying its attack or defense dice. So when you reach the
Huh.
modified dice step.
Huh. That's
Oh, well,
yeah.
So
that makes
are you?
stagger really easy to get.
I was gonna say, are you only one symbol off of stagger? Is one of the most effective action denial conditions of the game. because that's literally what it does.
Yeah.
And so that gives you a nice little ace in the hole, where if you get close with Moon Knight and your opponent is like, look, that's also the appeal of Black Cat's Spender, is just the ability to at will stagger somebody.
Yep.
So having a tactic card to give you an option to just pull that out on your builder is not bad. Even more niche, Banishment. When a Midnight Suns character gets an attack roll with a crit, wild, and hit, where are we seeing that?
Huh.
Wait. It's Moon Knight. It's Moon Knight.
Wow.
Very good, Matt. Very good.
The allied character can spend 2 power to play this card. The target character and enemy characters within range 2 of it gain stun. So Banishment is a little iffy.
But still, you're staggering somebody and then stunning them and then stunning everyone around them. That's that's awesome.
It's possible, but I'm not sure it's good because it's so situational.
Once again, it's a bonus. Don't plan on it.
Yeah. And of course, Siege of Darkness, just giving out extra attacks, is a good Midnight Suns combination. I don't know. It's like Moon Knight having the ability to re-roll any of his attack dice on his builder is just, he could just spike damage from nowhere. If he gets any amount of tactics cards that give him extra dice on his attack, could lead to a massive spike. Something even simple, like the tactic card, whose name escapes me right now, but a tactic card that gives you a number of dice equal to your size, to your battle lust.
Yeah.
When you move, your next attack gets a number of bonus dice equal to your size, and you pay power equal to the amount of dice you would get. So 2 power, of which he has plenty. He can walk up and do a 6 dice bow staff, maybe get some crits, maybe re-roll everything.
He's also
until he lands on 4 or 5 hits.
I mean, he's also kind of good for the lesser. I mean, I can see. I don't want to say he's good. I'm gonna say he's fills a spot in which you take like some of the other cards that require you to be within 2 of another character. So like Trip Up. What's the other?
Mark for Death.
The throw one, where you and a buddy pick up a size 2 item and throw it. With his possible extra move and possible teleportation, those cards become a little bit easier to use. But would I take him so I could do Trip Up? No, absolutely not.
Yeah, you would take a 2-point model and use that point to upgrade a 3-threat model to a 4-threat.
Yeah.
I think Moon Knight is perfectly fine. He's not super inspiring. He's thematically fun, so I do want to play with him more.
I just don't want to paint all that white.
He's painting white.
Just prime him white.
Prime
and
paint
call
face
him
black.
No. Look at all those shadows. I can't do that.
The bottom of his boot is white. How is that possible in New York? Come on.
He's fucking crazy.
Have you read any of the Moon Knight comics? Like, he's literally drawn differently shaded than the environment around him. Dude's weird.
No.
Like, he'll be in like a shadowed area and still bright white.
I just want to. Okay, so I do want to see the Disney Plus episode.
Yeah, I once saw a panel of Mr. Knight when he's in a nice suit, where he literally had hash marks for shading in a different direction than the hallway around him. The dude is weird, and that was not an accident. He was in a different art style.
I'm uncomfortable with this character.
Good.
Now,
I think Moon Knight might be my current 3-threat standard to measure all other 3-threat models by.
Really?
I don't know. No, not because Moon Knight is the control group.
he's not like a lesser Deadpool.
He's not stellar. He's just the control.
I mean, I kind of want to just bring him and Deadpool and anyone else that uses chaos in their list and just put it all together and see what the fuck happens. Because I'm a sadist and a masochist like that.
No time turns, just like 3 hours of you going, okay, I have to roll randomly at the beginning of this turn for this guy. Oh, wait, no, he's on this personality this turn. All right, Deadpool activates. Fuck, what is Deadpool doing this turn? Oh, he's got a taco. Okay.
Gonna be great.
I think we've exhausted the well on Moon Knight. Thank you guys so much for watching. We do want to promote our upcoming charity event in Northern Virginia.
Yep. We have Food Machine on December 11th at Huzzah Hobbies in Northern Virginia. We have some amazing prizes now. We just found out that one of the items that will be on a silent auction is going to be the Calandra statue and a promo card from Magic the Gathering.
We have a Wizards of the Coast ampersand embossed Tiamat from
Yep.
their recent set. It is absurdly collectible, is about all I know about it, and it's worth way more than we really should have.
Yeah, we're I feel kind of bad about taking that, but we
But we're
also now
gonna.
have a
It's
painted.
not taking anything.
Well,
It's donating.
it's for charity. We also now have a painted Magneto, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver. That's
Yay, the
going to
family.
be the family is going to be as
I
a
think
raffle
Are they raffled separately or together?
together. They're gonna be the family's gonna be raffled together. You don't separate a family. That's ridiculous. Um, and then we do now have multiple tables painted. If you go to the Nova Food Machine Facebook group, you'll see all the pictures of everything that we're doing,
Yep.
including
And
a board game play and win.
we'll put up a link in this episode's description.
Thanks.
Right?
Yeah,
Thanks.
James.
Yeah, I'll try to remember. Yes.
James.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
All right, bye.